Only ugly people don't wear masks. So wear your masks and social distance, bitch. Okay, but seriously, stay safe. Okay, guys, we got to talk. We got to talk. Yes, 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 Adam McIntyre has another Shane Dawson video. The crowd erupts. The crowd is screaming. The drama channels are in flames. They are angry. The Shane Dawson fans are in my mentions. They are fuming. They are mega fuming. They are telling me to stop, and what do? I feed them even more. So this video is dedicated to all of you. Mwah! Love you all. Maybe if Shane Dawson didn't continue to do things behind the scenes, we'd have nothing to talk about, babes. But you know what? He does, so I do. Quirky. Hi everyone, welcome back. And yes, we are going to be talking about Shane Dawson, and he has done another shady thing behind the scenes that I just think is so weird. Why are you going out of your way to do more business deals like behind the scenes and secretively and sending it to people who are like already on your mail list and your fan club? I just think there's something to be said about that. It's like, shouldn't this be like your reflecting, you know, your quiet period, your doing better period, like your I'm just gonna stay out of the spotlight period, but instead you're like, oh, let me get some sales. My channel's demonetized. Let me get some sales. You know what I mean? It's weird, right? Okay, everyone, let's just give you the context of what is happening. So, Shane Dawson has been on his silence now for probably like a month, 2 months. He's slowly been kind of introduced back to us through Morgan, through Ryland's videos where he's actually being shown, and Morgan where he's just being talked about. Now, both of them really didn't go down well in terms of Reddit and Twitter and just Instagram. People were not happy to see Shane again, so from that, it was kind of bizarre to me, which, you know, this next thing happened, and I get it. He's a partner with Jeffree Star, and Jeffree Star loves money, but then again, Shane Dawson loves money, so this is why, you know, they're perfect business partners, they're family, so this is probably why this happened, but that does not make it any better. And if anyone is buying this shit, can we talk? Can we talk? Please. So this is what's happened. Thank you, Madeline, for this screenshot and sending it to me on Twitter, because you know my ass is not on any Shane Dawson mailing list. I stopped that last year. Here we go, an email from the Shane Dawson store. It says, spiraling since 1988. With a selection of items. Okay, can we talk as well? If you look at the top, you can see the icon of the Shane Dawson pig. They've transformed it for this new release, which shows that they literally put time and effort and thought into this merchandise release. I think y'all should be spending your time doing a little bit better. Maybe just something else, you know what I mean? Maybe to help Shane's image or make him, you know, do better. Or, you know, redistribute the money that he made from the videos that hurt a lot of people. You know, maybe something like that. Or just get more money through more merchandise and just send it to the fans who you know will eat it up. Okay, so here we go. I pulled up the items, and I just have to laugh at the fact that this isn't even a merch restock. This is a whole new merchandise release. Now, if you remember, whenever Shane Dawson was getting the peak cancellation in July, he literally had the balls to restock his merch. Remember we did a video on that where he was literally sending out emails to his fan club, his email list, saying that restock of new merch, and then also in summer, on top of that, he released a summer collection of new stuff. So this man has still been getting money behind the scenes. So I don't know why his fans are like, why do you keep making videos on him, Adam? He's not making money anymore. He's just sitting, minding his own business. Bitch, he's making merch sales now. Like, this man is literally so shady, and I'm so sorry. At this point, I just don't give a shit, because why would you, whenever people are still so angry and people were not eating up the concept of you being back on the internet, you're like, let me get new merch. This can be pushed back. It actually helps production if you push this back, right? If they had pushed this back just to kind of, you know, where people were more comfortable with him exploiting them for sales, as I say, wearing my own merch. If they had pushed it back, there would actually be more time to do production, so more units could be made. But maybe they knew they weren't going to get many sales, which is why they just did it first, and they had like 10 copies, and they were like, let's sell the 10 units. I'm kidding. I know they make more sales than that, which is actually quite alarming, because it just shows the magnitude of people who are just willing to forgive and forget. Let's be real, before 2019, and actually during 2019, we did not know the extent of Shane Dawson's behavior, myself included. So whenever I found out about that with more resurfaced stuff in the later months of 2019 to 2020, you kind of have to evaluate where you stand, right? And if you see that, and you're like, oh Oh my god! Spiraling since 1988! I need this! Let's talk. I feel like we need to talk. If that's how you're feeling. You know what I mean? Let's engage in that conversation. Are you doing okay? Are you feeling well? Okay. Also, one thing I do not like, and the more I grow old, Adam, you're not even fucking 18. The more I get older, the more I realize that I fucking hate companies, brands, people who fucking profit off of the idea of mental health. So this spiraling since 1988, woo! Oh my god. Mental health struggles are so quirky and so marketable. I'm over it. And this is his, like, comeback merch. Okay. Who in the PR department was like, Shane, you are in very bad standing in the general public right now. They do not like you. Let's release more merch. And Shane's like, oh, I don't know. And they're like, let's actually release merch that kind of profits, very much so, off of mental health, because we know your audience love when you do that. All we needed now was purr, since, you know what I mean? Because that's another personality that he has, even though he's a literal millionaire. I can't believe we haven't talked about that more than what we have. About Shane Dawson's purr persona and how he literally manipulated all of us, including myself, into thinking he was literally purr. So many people have reached out to me saying they bought the conspiracy palette because they thought he was actually purr. First of all, in that series, they literally said they made like a 20 million deal or something. So I guess, you know, this mental health merch is just another, you know, cherry on top of the cake for another thing that he can do. So, along with the fact I don't like that they're profiting off of mental health, and especially Shane Dawson doing that, just, no. I don't like that not only has he just done a restock, he's also done a summer collection. Summer has just ended, Shane. And now you're back with more merchandise. This is why I fully believe Shane Dawson will be back on YouTube like that. Because why is he just continuing to, like... Why? Listen, I'm not a business person, but surely it's not good to release constant merch whenever the person whose merch it is completely silent online. But hey, again, I'm not a business person, I don't know, but honestly, in my opinion, if I was a Shane Dawson supporter right now keep in mind that's after seeing all of these resurfaced videos of him in 2020, you know, so I'd be pretty dumb to be that, but let's just say I am. And I get this email, and it says, oh my god, new merch from Shane Dawson, spiraling since 1988. How am I supposed to react to this? Like, my favorite person in the entire world is not even on social media, has been completely silent, and his last thing was that screaming Instagram... She's a fucking... That one. Like, if that was my last time seeing him, why would I see this and be like, oh my god, I need this. I need it. Just what I've been wanting. You know what I mean? Is anyone else just seeing, like, the inconsistencies of business here? And we have to keep in mind, this is from Beauty Killer, or Killer Merch, that's what it's called, Beauty Killer. And this is Jeffree Star's brand. So, of course, Jeffree Star is going to push for more sales and stuff like that. But even on, like, if you want Shane to do better whenever he comes back, surely it's better for Shane to be like, yeah, I went on a complete silence, I didn't do anything, I just came in on myself, and I was, you know, working on myself. He can't say that anymore, because he's like, yeah, I was working on myself, and I was also working on new merch. You know what I mean? That is then null. You can't say that anymore. All in all, not loving the idea of this at all. Now I wanted to hear what people's opinions were, because whenever we talked about his last restock and his summer collection, people were pissed off at that as well. And now it's my audience, so you would expect them to be pissed off at stuff, but people are really not happy at this. So I asked my subscribers, I said, hello, why is Shane releasing completely new merch during this time? Yeah, it's not even just... Lord. Then I commented, and because I was just so confused, and I was trying to get to the bottom of why this is okay, and I said, I get maybe a restock, but something completely new? Tiny Donut said, money, that's all he and Rylan can ever think about. Not the children they hurt, not the Smiths who haven't gotten a proper apology, not the anyone but themselves. And I'm sorry, this ain't just hate because I honestly did like his merchant palette before finding out everything he's done, but I'm tight with money and never bought any, thank God, but this all looks ugly. It's like him and Jeffrey just went from nice looking things to straight up trash, and yeah, even for merch standards, this is ugly, right? I hate it. Violet said, honestly, he probably knows that he still has supporters around, but then again, he and Jeffrey received plenty of backlash about their merch products being released during this time. This was an extremely dumb and not well calculated move from him. Sophie said, Shane is trying to see how many people will still quietly support him. And I think this is genuinely what this is, because they can see how many people have bought it, and then he's like, okay, it's worth my while coming back. Hebe Jeepers said, not only that, but it's making mental health look quirky or trendy. LMAO, my mental state has been spiraling since I was born. I'm so relatable. Sir, you've been spiraling lately because you've been called out for being a scumbag and can't handle the fact that you're no longer the king of YouTube. Red Foreman said, should have named it Cancelled Piggy instead, or maybe this little piggy went to jail. That wasn't funny. Miss Tato said, I feel like spiraling is just exploiting mental health as well. Like those anxiety sweatshirts that were poorly received. Definitely not a strong enough piece to justify a new launch. A Thought from a Thought, love the name, said, kinda reminds me of when that one YouTuber who I can't remember made merch that was like, anxiety. This normalization of a declining mental state makes it so much harder for someone like me who has struggled with my mental health issues my whole life to get the care I actually need and to not actually spiral. Because actually spiraling for me is incredibly dangerous to myself and others, and who would want to advertise that on a t-shirt? Yep. Also, this design is disgusting. Lila said, I see, the space theme is referencing his astronomically unforgivable actions. Got it! I feel like I went to an English lesson. Spare Bun said, is Shane actually trying to come back to YouTube or something? I thought if he ever decided to come back, it would at least be next year, but no. The audacity. Oh my god. Paige said it should say cancelled, not spiraling. Wakatu said this is his second new merch drop since the scandal, including one restock, so I don't believe that he's listening or learning from this experience at all, instead profiting off of it. Are we ready for that conversation? Jason said, if I see anyone wearing that merch, call the FBI. Katie said, I mean, his videos aren't making him money anymore, so he had to find a way to keep his and Rylan's relationship going. I am going to be sending you somewhere. Do you want to know where I'll be sending you? Is that backwards? It says jail. Did that work? Oh my god, maybe it's... Sorry, I'm dumb. The effort was there. Dang it, Bobby said, it's just a money grab that is directed towards his supporters. I don't know how this man-child can still get people supporting him, but honestly, I can say there aren't that many of them anymore. L1 said, monetizing terrible behavior. Old Shane meet new Shane, the exact same Shane. Zuni said, I'm sure his diehard fans will never see an issue with this behavior, much like Jeffree Star's. Sad. This is why celebrities never learn a lesson. Lauren said, this merch makes my brain spiral. Sandra said, when you think they can't possibly lower the standards for themselves even further, then they do this. Stephanie said, it's the audacity for me. Sid said, he needs money, hon. His cancellation is damaging his bank. Lizzie said, quietly capitalizing on the stands he has left. Ashley said, he must be so desperate for money, lol. Jenny said, he's trying to do a Jeffrey and ignore all of the bullshit he has caused. There's some other comments here that are just, you know, so graphic that I can't read them out, so let's not. But honestly, it's not even cute. I can't even justify why any fans would want this, right? It's not cute. Right? But I mean, at least he didn't steal the design like Sisters Apparel. Spilled that all down my face. Nice. It's a Shane voodoo. Okay, the thing with merchandise is it's subjective, I think. But whenever you're doing something about mental health like this, isn't it such a turnoff to, like, everybody? Especially to the people who are struggling with mental health, which is most of us. So yeah, all in all, not a great decision. Honestly, at this stage I think, right, I'm not supporting Shane and I'm choosing not to support him. Most people aren't. But if he wanted to maybe now do a restock, I feel like it's a lot better doing a restock now than doing it back in July because it's a restock, right? If the fans want to buy pre-existing things, now is their chance. You know what I mean? Not many people want them, so give them a restock, whatever. Releasing whole ass new merchandise is a big deal, whether you want to say it or not, including the way Shane used to hype up new merch releases. He did entire videos, entire series hyping up new merchandise, so this is a big deal, and I think it's a really weird move, and I want to know what you're thinking. I definitely think it's calculated to figure out how many people are still there to support. Just let me know, let's have a conversation. Would you buy this? If you saw this in Target, would you buy it? Because I wouldn't. I just don't like the, like, quirky, you know what I mean? Anyways, let me know what you're thinking. I'll see you in my next one. I love you, and bye. Wow. Peace.